Morning. We are over here at the excavator because Big Lou really messed up again. You see them holes in the arms? Well, we had a bolt come out of, here I'll show you. There's bolts that go through these pins, and one of them came out of the arms. Of course, they're in the back of the pickup to bring them, but their arms basically like these right here that run from there to the cylinder. Then you got some that run down here to the bucket. Well, when the pin come out, there was just one, the pin had worked itself out, and there was just one piece of this arm right here was still connected to the cylinder, and one piece wasn't. And when he pushed the cylinder out, he actually bent. It's big pieces of steel. It's more like this size, but they're solid steel. Actually bent two of them. You can't see when you're on there. So we got the new parts coming. They're in the pickup, actually. They went to go get them bolts to put in. So we got to put these three big pins back in, put the arms back on, connect everything back up, and get them going again. So it's just one of them things where when you're sitting in a cab, if you look, the bolts are actually on this side, and you can't see when one of the bolts come out. So we're going to move the bolts to this side, because then you can see. I don't know why deer, see how the bolts go through right there that hold it in. I don't know why deer didn't put them on this side in the first place for them three pins, but they didn't. So we're going to move them over here so you can see if they come out from now on, because we just put that new cylinder on last year where it got bent. So now we're putting all the new pieces on. It's hard to believe that the hydraulics has enough pressure to bend that solid piece of metal. That's not the metal it bent, but the ones they look just like it. They're huge. It's crazy how strong hydraulics are. So we're going to get that hooked up. We're going to get that hooked up before we go cut soybeans, because it's going to be a good week to cut. So we're going to try to knock out as many acres as we can. We're going to try to get across town done and then move back on this side of town. Hopefully get running again, but I hope we can get the other side of town done, and then we'll move back and start knocking out some acres here. Got a lot of beans, so we're going to try to run through them best we can while the weather's good. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but the wind has picked up big time. So, and this was actually the farm that we broke the cylinder on last time. This is a bad luck farm for excavator, but they don't have much to do up at the front, and then we will be done with this farm. We'll be done with her probably for the year after that. So we're going to load her back on the trailer and back her back in the shed and drop her again. But we had to come clean this farm up because we didn't get it done last year. So that's the plan for today anyway. And I want to hurry up and get this done because that breeze is, I don't know if you can tell, but that breeze is kicking. So it is going to be an awesome bean day today. It was cold this morning. It was 39, 40. So haven't had a frost yet to kill the rest of the beans, but we got a lot of beans that are ready. And by the time we get across town done and move back, there'll be that many more ready. So we're gonna keep on rolling. We left the tractor and the Turbo Max here because we got a 60-acre farm down the road. As soon as we get those beans off, we're gonna put the last bit of wheat in. So I think we'll have 700 acres of wheat, somewhere around there. In for this year, so which that's enough, because I hate wheat, but it is what it is. I wouldn't hate wheat if we just cut it and planted it, but the baling part is the ridiculous part. So I don't know, we're gonna get this fixed. All right, so I've gotten the pin's about 16 inches. I've gotten it almost all the way in except to here, and we're gonna let my brother finish. Make it look like he did something. Chili, it's like a girl. See, the issue we're having is that the cylinder is a little bit bent. So it's putting in the bind, but we're getting her. She's got almost through there. Of course, look who's sitting on the excavator. The culprit. Here, I might as well hit it. You might as well video. I don't want everybody, it's already video, you know? don't want everybody to think you did everything.
Wow. We're on there, so this is, we're taking the video so when we fuck up, we'll know how to put it back together.
I don't think it's far enough.
Yeah, and the pin's right there too, the hole almost.
Tap that in. There.
See, look at the top. Hole is almost right there. All right, well, we got her fixed. I would just leave that thing in. You know, like that. I'd leave it in just like that. All right, let's go cut soybeans. All right, so I am headed home. We just got there was 3 pins with a bunch of them different arms. 2 of the pins went in easy, but where the cylinder was slightly bent, and we just put a brand new cylinder on it last year. So, and that was 10 grand. We weren't gonna put a new cylinder on it if we could get it to work. So we had to beat the pin in. We managed to get the bolt through. And he worked her several times. She seems to work good, so we got her closed up now. Maybe that pressure will help kind of get her where she's supposed to be, but she'll work. We don't have but a little bit in the front to do around the woods, and then she'll be back on the trailer and put away for the year anyway. So we are going, it is 11 o'clock on a Monday. The wind's been blowing good, like really good. I'm gonna go home, make some sandwiches, get my little lunch filled up, and then we will be going over. We got to move the combine to a different farm, hook up, get going. So, within the hour, you'll see me. I got to cut a little spot open for all the trucks and the header cart to get into, and then I'll resume videoing. So yeah, and the beard. Thanks for asking. It's going great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Miss Eastern Shore Farmer hurts it. Hates it. But I like it. Let the hair grow. Be all jacked up this winter. Until it irritates me, then I might trim it down. But it's irritating her right now, so we'll keep her long. But the moral of the story is, Big Lou, stop tearing the excavator up. That's the whole moral of the beginning of this video. Stop tearing the excavator up. All right, Pop. So I just got in and making the first pass, and the beans are already looking daggone good. I mean, it's the very first pass next to the road. Just did turn in the field. These are a Dynagrow 4.5. So we got done all the 4.9s. These are 4.5. So they are doing extremely well for just going 100 yards so far. So we'll see. We'll see how they hold up. We gotta go cut a spot for the trucks to get into, so I'll be right back. Really good beans. I mean, really good beans. Good Lord. I'm just starting. That's the little swipe I just went around. Really good beans. Look at that. That is very impressive. I gotta go cut it. I gotta pick up and turn around. Yield's still doing pretty good. Every once in a while you'll hit 80, 90, 100, and every once in a while you'll hit 60, 70. But they're dry. Doing good. Beans aren't as tall, but they got tons of pods on them. I got that cut for the trucks. All the trucks are lined up, so I moved to this field. doing pretty good, I'd say. Let me hit 100 on this farm. I haven't hit 100 yet. Well, I did over there. Yeah, I did too, didn't I? So yeah, I've hit 100. So I don't even have to stress about it. I want to hit 100 on every farm. Just once. Just once would be nice. I hit it over there actually when I was opening up the field, remember? Yep. So good, I don't have to stress about it. I know it's not a big deal, it is what it is, but I personally would like to hit 100 on each farm. And I've done it so far. So far, so good. I've hit 100 on each farm. Now, they didn't average 100, but I've hit 100. So that makes me happy. And yes, the monitor's right. Let me emphasize that. I know it's not all about yield, but it is about yield. I mean, you want to get the best yield you can. So, it's all about, it is all about yield, actually. Want to do the best job, get the highest yield. Why am I saying it's not about yield? Of course it's about yield. You want the best yield you can possibly get. Or I do. You got to be greedy with it, because if you're not, the government's, they're greedy. They're going to take from you, so you got to make the highest you can make. You're going to have to give them half of it. So basically, if we're making 100 bushels, they're taking 50. We're making 50, they're taking 25. That's how you got to think about it, because that's the truth in this world. People don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. So, still doing good. This is a good bean right here. They're not as tall as the 4.9s, but they are full of pods. Full of pods. And I like them a little bit shorter, because then you don't have a bunch of your reel hitting. Even with a draper, you can kind of put it up in the air, but you still get them popping out and hitting the window. I was going to activate the Harvest Smart on this farm, but I didn't do it. I was going to try it out. We tried it out one year in corn. It seemed like it did alright, but for some reason I like having control with the combine, I guess. I don't know why. I'm going to try it. Our next farm's got real big fields on it, so I might try it on there. But this farm right here, just too much damn turning. Got a bunch of ditches on this farm right here. Bunch of little fields where you put the head down, next thing you know you got to pick the head back up. Turn around. Put it down, turn around. Got a little washout right here. Next draper we get will have a flip over reel and an air bar. Prairie air system is what I want. Excellent beans, I will say. These are some good beans. Dry and yielding good. My buddy would be happy. He's got a ladder stand over there. And opening day of the early muzzleloader, he had a buck come across right to his stand, big old buck. Squeezed the trigger, nothing happened. The primer went off, but the gun didn't go off. The primer barely went off, he said. So he tried to get another primer in there, and the deer went in the woods. So good beans. This makes you happy. I'm even happy when it says 70. Happy, happy, happy. I'll do this little, just a little field right here, and then I'm gonna hit that big field. My bro rolling out with the load. Look at that super trucker. Good boy. Loading the other two now. Get it, Rizzo. The CB handle is shotgun. For anybody that sees him out there, he is a super trucker. Won't take me long now to get some fields open. Opening up some daggone fields just takes forever when you got a bunch of little ones. Now I get rolling, get them other two loaded. I really like this thing right here. Even my brother said, man, he said, why don't they just include them when you buy stuff? You know, when you buy the combine, why don't deer do something? Something. I like to get people to tell me what they set their combine on for, like beans, stuff like that. So I can see what, you know, people set their concave and their fan speed and sieves and everything when it comes to, you know, cutting soybeans. I think I got it mastered, but everybody's different. Like I see YouTube videos and when they show over to the, you know, their device, it shows you what they do. So I kind of look at that versus what I'm set at, you know, and sometimes I'll try it, sometimes it don't work out. So I'll kind of go back to my settings, but like this right here is what I got, what I run right here. So I see some people got their rotor speed at like 720. I mean, really high. I don't want to crack my beans, but you gotta get them out of pods, I understand. But and then your concave and everything else. So just leave it in the comments. Let me know what you set it at. And then I didn't know if anybody had watched Millennial Farmer. He was running his concave and beans at like almost 30. And I thought that was kind of far open. I mean, maybe for him that combine. I went back on some of his previous videos, and he normally don't run but like 15, 16. And then I saw Larson's video, and I don't know if they were just trying to copy off his combine or what, but they were running theirs at like 28 or 32 for beans. Now I'm not talking about corn. I know corn, I run mine anywhere from 32 to 35, but for soybeans they were running them things. I don't know if Larson did it because he was just trying to emulate Millennial, because it seems like they try to do the same thing, videos. And one does one, the other one does the other, and shows it. But I don't know. What's your opinion? I tried to run ours at 28 and 30 like they were, and it was horrible. And they're pretty much the same combine as what they got, as what we got. But I didn't know if anybody wanted to know. And I know the yields were a lot better here than they are in Minnesota. I thought so anyway. I mean, maybe they didn't get the rain. They're getting a lot of rain now. But you know, they plant like a 1.9 bean, and we can plant anywhere up to a 4.9. Even after wheat, we plant 4.6. Is what we do behind wheat. So we can plant a longer season bean. But I tried it, and it wouldn't take him out of the pod. You know, the concrete was just too far open. You were losing a lot. So I didn't know if that was just something they were doing, or if people out here that are cutting beans, are you running yours up to 30 at beans? I mean, that just seems, you know, like I said, in corn, we run ours anywhere from 32 to 35. But soybeans, man, you get up in that 30 mark, it's like, that just seems open to me. So I didn't know what you guys do. If you run yours that far open or what. I don't know. Let me know. had y'all up there, sorry. All right, so we just got moved to a new farm. I am trying to get it open for all the trucks to get in here and get turned around. So these are not doing quite as good. Of course, I'm not in a good part of the field. I'm just trying to hit this bottom part, but they're doing right around 50. So, and it's getting a little tough, so I got to keep my reel down. And that's causing the beans to hit the window, so I'm just going to get it open for the trucks, and we are going to call it a night. So I got home, and that is the end of the video. So I'm going to do it like all the cool YouTubers do, honey, and we're going to go, ooh.